Welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham and I'm your host, and today I have the pleasure of having with me Martin Joseph from 360 IT Partners in Virginia Beach. Welcome.
Thank you, Rory.
Thank you for coming in today. Why don't you give us an overview? I think everybody kind of knows a little bit about what IT means somewhat, but give us an overview of what your company does.
Sure, thank you. So we are the outsourced IT company for small, medium businesses. What we do is we come in and we put in file servers and workstations, or we'll do an upgrade or a refresh for existing equipment they already have. And we'll put all the pieces in place, you know, all the operating system software, all the virus software, malware, and firewall, more importantly firewall. And, you know, put all together, integrate it, and make sure it's up and operational, connecting to the web. You have your accounting apps, you have your, you know, line of business applications, and then we become your outsourced IT department, and it works out very well.
And this is for companies with 10 computers or more, basically, which lets in a lot of companies because a lot of people use computers for everything nowadays. Okay, and you mentioned that you do upgrades as well, which is important because I know that it just wasn't long ago that Microsoft put XP to rest. Right? They killed that. So that left people scrambling, I'm sure, some people.
Yeah, no doubt. It was a major vulnerability, and if you've not done so, and I'm sure most of our clients have already done so, but you certainly don't want to make sure your network is vulnerable, and that would be a very big vulnerability. Right,
and that's the reason to be concerned. It's not that, well, 7's better or 8's better, which it is, but it depends on your application, I guess. but for the most part it is. But it's the vulnerability because there's no service updates, there's no security updates anymore.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So if they got that problem, they need to take care of it. Okay, now you said you're the outsourced IT department. Okay, so the person, a lot of companies are saying, well, I could just hire an IT guy. Okay, and there's a lot of IT guys out there, I guess, to freelance or be hired. So why should they consider, instead of hiring someone, why should they consider outsourcing their IT department?
That's a great question. I've been in this industry for 26 years. And, for technology industry, it's a long time because technology's changed so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So in the beginning, it was easy to be called a computer expert because there was only, a very limited amount of knowledge you had to have in order to be a computer expert. Today, however, it is quite a different game, and the field has changed tremendously. So, in addition to having to be a network expert and a software expert and an expert on firewall and security, it just goes on and on. So finding one individual that has that skill set to be able to handle all of these different disciplines within a very finite group is very difficult.
Right.
There are some very talented people out there. However, we found that we already have a seasoned group of professionals that do this every day. And why would you take the risk of leaving your company vulnerable or not having the right expert, being able to handle those solutions for you?
And it really is a risk in today's world. I mean, everybody's heard, like the Target deal that happened and the security breach, and recently the Russian deal, which there's billions of passwords or whatever. That's really scary stuff because if they breach that, then if they can breach your company, they can get all kinds of information and then sell it to whoever. That can do an awful lot of damage awful fast.
Well, here's a startling statistic. So they're saying that if your company's data breached, right, a serious data breach, that 60% of businesses that are breached will go out of business in 6 months. Yeah. And that's big. And a lot of companies think, well, why should I worry who's going to be targeting me for a breach? Well, they don't fish with a single pole. These criminals, and they are criminals, they fish with big nets. And if you get caught in their net and you have a vulnerability and there's a way that they can breach you, and trust me, these people are extremely smart and they are 2 or 3 steps ahead of law enforcement, they can pretty much almost get away with it. So being protected and making sure that your network has been scanned and for firewall scan and looking for any vulnerabilities and making sure that they're patched is very critical.
Right.
The other thing I want to point out is that a lot of companies are relying on old technology for their firewalls. They really need to look closely at making sure that they have the most advanced tools to be able to protect them, because it really is a cyber war. We are definitely at cyber war, and so if you want your business to continue without having the major interruption of being down, and that's major costly, being down, then I would recommend having that looked at.
And a lot of this cyber attacks is from overseas.
Most of it is.
Yeah.
Most of it is, and they're far from reach from our judicial system. Mm-hmm. So that becomes another problem.
I guess I understand that with an identity theft, you can't even get the law enforcement here to act on it because the banks won't act on it, so it just goes unchecked. Mm-hmm. So I can imagine overseas it'd be even worse.
Sure.
So okay, well that's important to protect yourself. And so what you're saying is you shouldn't just go and buy some I don't want to name anything, but you just wouldn't want to buy a security program at Best Buy.
Sure, if you have a business, right, there are obviously consumer-related products that are very good and are decent for consumers, but for a business client that has a sophisticated network or even an entry-level network for that matter, there is a minimum
if you got sensitive information,
Sure.
you need to protect it.
Well, it's education. So, if you have a consumer-grade router, there are certain protections built into it. However, a business level router is going to be far more sophisticated and have multiple layers of protection that is going to support multiple users. Mm-hmm. So that's really important to remember.
Okay, all right, and you mentioned how things have changed so much in the IT field over the years. You all stay up on the training with that, obviously. I mean, certification courses, things like that?
Yeah, we're really proud of our staff. They're incented to take tests. We want them to take tests, stay certified, stay on top of their game, make sure that they're up to date on all the latest technologies and trends. And so it's important for us to be able to make sure that they have what they need so that when our clients have a need, we're prepared to support them.
Okay, and who are some of the partners that you work with too? Because that's important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So we partner with the absolute best in the industry. Best of breed. Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, VMware, Symantec.
The big boys.
The big boys. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, so we are giving our clients Fortune 1000 level, technology, and what's nice is it's affordable. So even if you have a smaller business and you want to get the best of breed solutions for your company, we can certainly help you.
All right. And so what would you say sets you apart from other IT people? Because there's a lot of them in almost as many as air conditioning companies.
Well, I think it's a number of things that set us apart. Mm-hmm. Number one is we don't geek speak our clients. Mm-hmm. We're business people first and foremost, and so we can talk on a level that our clients understand at a business level, right? Right. Even though if they want to talk geek speak, we will, but we won't lead in that conversation.
I don't think you're going to find a lot of clients that want to do that.
So the other thing is that we answer our phone. I think that's really important. If you ever were to call us 24 hours a day, 365 days out of the year, we're going to have a human answering the phone, and it's true. And they're a local person. Mm-hmm. So, that's nice because oftentimes you call a company and you get voicemail and
they go, "This is Bob." I say, "You're not Bob."
Yeah, or you just get a voicemail greeting, and it's like, and then you're left to have to leave a message for someone, and it might be the first time you're calling them, and you're not quite sure how quickly they're going to get back to you. And so, we put them at ease, and we really set the expectation up front, which is great. And then finally, we are very transparent with our clients, and so we offer fixed rate IT services. So, there are no surprises, and they're not going to get a surprise because the relationship that we want to build with our clients is for the long term. And so, getting these incremental little bills for like the most minute stuff is really annoying. Right. And so we don't want our clients annoyed. And so that's important for us.
Okay, now I know that you have won some serious awards, and we talked on the phone, and you had told me about that, and you know, why don't you tell us a little bit about
Sure.
that? I'll let you talk about them because
thank you.
it was very, very impressive. It's just not like one award. I mean, it's several of them,
Thank you.
and they're all big.
Thanks.
So,
Well, you know, first of all, I think the one we're most proud is the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce Small Business of the Year for the region of Hampton Roads.
right, not just the city, the region.
Right. So,
Wow.
you know, that's, you know, we're really humbled by it because there's a lot of great companies here right in our backyard.
Right.
So that's a big deal. The State Chamber of Commerce named us to the Fantastic 50, which is the 50 fastest growing companies in the state of Virginia. And you know what, that sets us apart, I think, because we are business to business. We don't do business with the federal government at all. So we are B2B, and that was really unique. There was not a lot of companies that made that list because of that, and we're really proud of it. And then one other is the Inc. 5000, which is the 5,000 fastest growing privately held companies in the United States. And then finally, there's a magazine called MSP Mentor that ranks IT companies. And so we made their 501 list. We were actually ranked 298 out of 501 companies worldwide as the best in the world. So that's a big deal.
Wow, right here in Hampton Roads. How fortunate is that? Okay. And actually, speaking of Hampton Roads, you do a lot of community outreach as well, which is great because I get the chance to talk with business owners of all types. And I see so many companies that are supporting numerous charities and things, and people don't realize that, and I realize it because I've been involved with several charities myself on the boards, and so I know where the support is coming from, and a great deal of the support does come from the businesses. And so you mentioned, I know that when we were talking before this interview, you mentioned about you know, some of the community stuff you do. So you want to talk about, there's a couple of programs that are near and dear to your heart, I think.
Definitely. So first and foremost is an organization called For Kids. And they provide homes for families of single moms and kids. And they have amazing programs, after-school programs, and you know, they're really helping these families get back on their feet again, and they do a tremendous job. We actually host their entire network in our data center. So we have a private cloud solution for them. They connect remotely throughout all their locations throughout Hampton Roads, and we provide their employees support. So they need support, we help them out, and we are their IT department. Which is great. And so we donate a significant amount of our labor as a gift to them, which, you know, we're really happy to be able to help them because it's a tremendous cause. And then beyond that, you know, we do a lot of things with the American Red Cross. We try to promote them. They are a tremendous resource in our community, and you know, and it's part of disaster planning. And so we are a disaster recovery provider with our data center, and our clients that want to back up their information to our data center, which is phenomenal.
You know, you mentioned something that reminded me of something I wanted to ask you. You offer both hardware-based and cloud-based services.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's important. So some people that aren't sure about that cloud and are more comfortable with a hardware solution, you can do that.
Yeah.
And then the people who want to do the cloud thing, you're able to help them with that as well.
Absolutely. So, you know, we really come in and help a client understand what is going to be the best, not only for their functionality, but also for their budget. So
and you do that with a free consultation, right?
Free. Yeah, absolutely. There's no catch to it whatsoever.
Yeah, everybody loves free.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I think that you know, we find we're getting a lot of clients because they've hit a pain threshold with their provider. They're not happy the way their computer network runs. They're finding the solution that they have to support them is not as reliable as they needed to be. And so a lot of times we're getting customers or clients, prospects that are reaching out to us saying, hey, listen, we're not happy. We'd like for you to come in. We don't want them to feel like we're going to charge them up front to do something for them.
Right.
We want to be able to be a partner with that client and truly become their IT department. So, we've got to gain that trust and likability. So,
and you said that we said in the beginning that you work with companies that are 10 computers or more.
Yes, sir.
And now these are all sorts of companies, from medical to attorneys.
Yeah. So we have a wide variety of clients in our portfolio: shipbuilding and repair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet that's a big one in this area.
Manufacturing. Mm-hmm. We have distribution companies. We have service companies, dental offices, insurance agencies, even funeral homes. Mm-hmm. They are a big consumer of computers and networking. Mm-hmm. So you never know who is out there.
Well, if you got a computer and you got some sensitive information, sure. Or you just got a computer network that you need to keep up and running, then they're a potential client. Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there anything that I haven't spoke about that you?
I think one thing that we're really proud of is, we've been in business now for almost 20 years. We've just moved into a brand new office space that's off of Woodstock Road in Virginia Beach. So we're in a technology corridor, and we're really proud of our new space. So we have a state-of-the-art data center. It's absolutely beautiful. And so we really see that data center as being, our future. And not only that, we wanted to create an environment where our employees would love to come to work and service our clients and feel like they're connected with our customer base. Mm-hmm. And so we feel like we've done that. So I would invite anybody who is watching this interview to come and visit us. We'd love to show you our facility. Come and get to know us. Okay. And see if we can fit and help you.
All right, well, if you have 10 computers or more, and a lot of companies do, and would like to have a consultation about your IT department, or how you can outsource your IT department, or even add an IT department, or you need to upgrade your system, whatever your needs are, you can contact Martin at the number that's at the contact information at the bottom of this page and at the end of this video. They are certainly a company with a great deal of very good credentials. I don't think you would be disappointed. So I thank you, Martin, for coming in and being with us today, and I wish you a great deal of success, or continued success, I should say.
Thank you very much.
All right.